going on, you guys? Vasati out here in Singapore, and as always, thank you so much for joining in on the Night Out podcast. I really do appreciate all of you listening in whenever you get the time, and I'm hoping that it's easy enough listening where you can get a little bit of motivation, inspiration for your everyday life. So, with that, I know that a lot of times I speak about my personal experiences with mental health, with how I cope with everyday life, and I know it's not always easy, but the practical advice that I have to give is usually pretty simple. I know it's hard to implement, but it's pretty simple usually. And I try to keep it that way because I don't want anything complicated. I don't want something that has 10 or 12 steps in it to be able to execute because to be honest, I don't have that kind of an attention span. But in the meantime, I don't always go out and tell you what to do or how to do it or give you, tips and tricks on how to maintain your balance and your relationship. Sometimes I dig deeper and I tell you what I'm dealing with in my own business and how I'm dealing with the different changes that, COVID has brought on. This year has been just I don't know, mind blowing to say the least, because our businesses, all of our businesses have been affected and we're trying our best to manage and cope and still serve the community at large. So for me, lately I found that I have been using some of the information and skills that I picked up with American Live when we did the 21-day challenge. The concept at the time was to go live for about a full minute and say as much as you can in a minute, kind of like perfecting an elevator pitch. But what I've used it for instead is because TikTok is limited to 60 seconds and because I do live video all the time, I figured what I'd do instead was a daily dose. And you know what? That's kind of picked up traction on Twitter and I really, really do appreciate it. So I use it in TikTok, I share it on Twitter, I share it on Instagram, I share it on Facebook as well. And for the most part, I have different audiences in different platforms. And so I'm able to reach out and give a little ray of sunshine every so often, right? A daily dose of Rasati, so you get a chance to think about something different for the day, something that you really would usually see in a quote, like in a picture form, but I get to explain my take on it, and I really have been enjoying it a lot. There have been some days, usually on weekends, that I don't always do the daily dose, and I would usually get comments saying, hey, we missed you this weekend. What have you been up to? What's going on? Can you give us another dose? And I feel good about that because it's not like I'm not geeking anybody up for no reason. I'm not cheerleading for, with no intention of really supporting and helping them learn and grow. I'm actually giving you my take on some of my favorite quotes. Quotes that I've seen 100 times in a row, but never really dug into. Quotes that I've seen other people post, and I want to give them, another perspective on the quote itself. And usually it's about 30 to 45 seconds, but I really feel like that's been plenty of time to actually, to deliver the message itself. And sometimes I do get comments, sometimes I don't. But either way, I know I'm getting traction because I'm seeing people message me when I don't do it. So it's something I've picked up along the way. I wasn't sure if it would work or not. And it just kind of came to me. And this is the thing I want to talk to you about my business, right? The way I've been running my business. Everything that I've changed or adjusted in the last 3 years that's been different from the day I started has been a natural progression for me. It's not necessarily because someone said, oh, you have to do this or you have to do that. I feel pretty good about the way my intuition is kind of taken over. And for that matter, I feel happy about the results that they're getting. I feel good about what I'm leaving on the table. For 30 to 45 seconds, it doesn't take a lot out of my time, and it doesn't mean that I have to be dressed up to the nines or anything. Yes, I do use a filter from Snapchat, but it's only so it makes my face a little more clear and I look like I don't, I'm not suffering from, I don't know, jaundice because I look pale, or maybe I look sickly because I haven't been outside, you guys. I want to, but what's the point of going outside with a face mask? All of us are going to come out with, farmer's tans around our face because the mask has been covering our faces. So for the most part, I'm doing the best I can. It's helping my mental health. It's giving me a chance to speak about things that hit me for the day. You already know I use my stories to promote other businesses and other quotes all day long. And you already know that I do live videos every so often. You've got the podcast. I just figured I'd give you bite-sized pieces of a little bit of, pick me up, a little bit of positivity every day. And if I can teach you a little bit using the quotes that you already use all day long, why not, right? So I've been actually really excited about the way that these things have been happening. I've had some people reach out to me and give me quotes that they love and ask me for my take on it. I've had people, like I said, who message me when they don't see me around or they've been missing, that daily dose of Rasati. And as cheesy as it sounds, it does fill my heart as well. It makes me feel good about myself. It feels like, I've given you another little piece of me that you might be able to help you get you through the day. Lately, it's been quotes that I see on Momentum, which is a Chrome extension. It's been really helpful to me. They always have quotes at the bottom of the screen and some beautiful, Vista view that they have to kind of pick you up with a picture as well. Sometimes it's something I read. Sometimes it's a quote that I, saw in a movie or a TV series. You know how I work, you guys. I am inspired by so many different things around me. And sometimes it's an idea that somebody has posted online that I realize, hey, you know what? You're seeing one side of this coin, but there's a flip side to it that you could be focusing on instead that would uplift your spirit, that would help you get through the day. I also know that by watching what you guys post and commenting and getting involved in the conversation a little bit, which Twitter allows you to do, it also gives me insight into what is it that you guys are suffering from? What is it that you guys think is the norm that really shouldn't be? How can we change those things? And sometimes it just takes one person saying, hey, this isn't right, for you to be like, you know what? I was thinking the same thing, but I was too afraid to say so. And I'm glad you said it. So now I feel like I have somebody behind me. Let me put it this way. A lot of the things I think about mental health, I have been saying for, I don't know, a great majority of my life. And it wasn't until I met Tony Robbins and Mastin Kipp and, so many other people, Brene Brown. There's another young lady who has this beautiful idea about what love is. And of course, the Course in Miracles, all of these things, I didn't know those people existed until I kept talking about what I believed in. And slowly I was able to find these people due to keyword searches. And, if I like one thing, something that's related pops up. So I've discovered that I'm not the only one that thinks this way about mental health. And I'm not the only one that uses quotes to not only inspire myself, but to inspire the people around me. And while I have so many different platforms with which to share, sometimes it's worth it not just to put the quote up, but to explain the quote. Why do I see this quote as empowering rather than, hateful or hurtful or exhibiting the pain that I feel inside? And I'm not saying you shouldn't or should. I'm saying if I choose a quote to put up, this is why I'm putting it up. This is what I want you to think about the next time you see this quote, because hopefully that means that, it reminds you that there are ways and means to take the meaning of something that could be constructive to you or destructive to you. And it really depends on your perspective, the perspective you take. So for the most part, I've been enjoying this process, this natural progression of how to, do more with the platforms that are available to me. You guys know I'm the queen of cheap. I'm not going to go out and buy a bunch of, extra stuff if I don't have to, because there's so much around us. And if I haven't, been through the book that somebody's written, not anymore. I'm not going to go out there and buy the course or attend the seminar, because I have no business going there and asking for more help if they've already done so much for me for free or a small fee. And if I'm not going to apply it, then I know I'm not going to get that much out of it by asking them to hold my hand through it anyway, because I'm not in that place where it's desperately needed anymore. So for that reason and that reason alone, I've decided to give you bite size for free again. You have the podcast, which is about 10-15 minutes or so. You have, the microblogs from Instagram, which is 2-3 minute read at most. You're welcome to comment. You're welcome to contact me. You have the daily doses, which is like 30 to 45 seconds, which means your attention span, you can handle it. You can hack this. You know what I mean? So bottom line, I'm trying to make sure that I reach as many people as possible, that I leave something every day that you can maybe pick up a bread trail from, and find a way to, find some peace in your day, something that will settle your nerves a little bit, something to give you permission to, hey, go out and chase your dreams and build, whatever castle in the sky you've got brewing inside your brilliant mind, so that you don't feel like you're all by yourself, or you're crazy for trying to do this thing that no one else has even thought of yet, because that's the beauty of genius, right? So I want to leave something behind. I want to make sure that you guys have, I don't know, something for the day. And I usually try to do it first thing in the morning, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. And I've made sure that I haven't trapped myself into this idea that I have to do things a certain way every day. I've left it big enough and flexible enough where if I have work, if I have a shoot that I have to do, if I have to be somewhere and I can't you know, access Wi-Fi or whatever. I'm still able to deliver whenever I get a chance, and it's still enough for you guys. And if you want more, there's space for you to ask for more. There's space for you to direct me in what else I'm missing, maybe something I'm not, you know, teaching enough about. And that's important to me too. So I hope you like the Daily Dose. I would love to hear your comments about it. If you search Daily Dose and Rasati or Rasat 1, you're more than likely to find it. And I'm hoping that it's just enough for you to, you know, get through the next hurdle that you've been facing or sidestep some calamity that you have foreseen coming. And it's enough for you to lift your heart a little bit and feel good about your day. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.